I'm hoping, obviously, that they win these next two games and win a Super Bowl and ultimately put the icing on the cake and really seal the deal. But speaking from the perspective of someone that has truly bled the burgundy and gold, if we're talking NFL football, I am just happy that we're relevant. I didn't expect this. I never know what the expect. I mean, listen, I expected a lot when we had RG3, but by the time RG3 happened, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, if you can get the analogy, right? By the time RG3 happened, because at this point I had developed in my football knowledge. At this point, I was in college at this point, and I was playing for Stony Brook, and I was towards the end of my playing career. And when they made that trade to go and get RG3, and this was the craziest part about that trade, is this was back with Mike Shanahan and Bruce Allen. So Mike Shanahan was the head coach, and Bruce Allen was the general manager, or the vice president, or whatever they want to call him. So during that year, they go and they make a trade to where they are going to get the second pick in the NFL draft. And then obviously they go along and then they get RG3. The Indianapolis Colts take Andrew Luck, right? So as a fan, obviously I watch the game and I see how this thing is actually going to turn out. And so frustrating, actually, I have to bring up and talk about. But here's what they did. Here's what got said, or here's what Mike Shanahan actually admitted. He said, we were either going to take RG3 or Andrew Luck. It was either one of the two. We were that high on both of them. When you decide to give up everything for this pick, the number 1 or number 2 pick, why would you settle for the number 2 pick? You go and you pick RG3, and then later on, you go get Kirk Cousins later on in those rounds. So the whole thing, everything we've lived on, I know it might be, as Redskins fans, I know it might be triggering to some of you guys to have to relive those years, but I'm telling you all this because it's going to frame what we discussed today. It's going to frame the entire discussion that we're going to have today. It's twice I had to go and watch them in Fairfield lose to a divisional opponent. I watched them get their ass kicked by Philly, and then when I got to college, I think it was a Sunday night game. Me and my father, we watched them get their ass kicked by the Giants to the point we're in FedEx Field feeling like we're in New York and shit. I just left New York from school because I went to Stony Brook. So I just left New York, and then I come back home to watch a Giants versus Redskins game, ready to go back to New York and talk all the shit, just talk shit to all these Giants fans. And that was the night where I think it was remember that swinging gate thing that Jim Zorn did, where he did some swinging gate bullshit where I guess he faked like he was going to do a field goal, some nonsense that he did. And that was the night that I was getting texts from all my boys from Stony Brook, what's up with your skins, bro? What's up with your